has the dubious honor of actually beating me on Google on search terms for shared spectrum for the Super Wi-Fi event. So thank you for that. I'm proud of you guys that you can do that. And Andy, tell us who you are and what you really do.
Andy Began, and work with Sal on sales, marketing, business development.
Okay. So Sal, we were talking about the two products that you guys have brought to the marketplace after you were in stealth mode for a long time. So tell us about what they are and what you guys are doing.
Well, we have two products. First, we have the Spectrum Sensing Toolbox, which is an embedded software that allows existing wireless devices to have spectrum intelligence, share spectrum, and deal with interference problems. And then secondly, we have Spectrum Bug, which is our hardware platform. It's a very low-cost, compact sensor that again allows femtocell networks, indoor distributed antenna system networks, and outdoor networks to sense the RF environment, learn about where there's spectrum issues, where there's available spectrum, and take action immediately on that.
Okay, and when you say it's, would you deploy it? Does this stay out in the field? Do you use it on a testing basis? Where would I use it and how often?
Well, it can be deployed right with a DAS system, for example. It can be deployed in a femtocell network to conduct sensing. If it's embedded, it's right in the device, so it's out at the edge, collecting data and backhauling that through the existing network, so femtocell network or DAS network, and allowing that particular network provider to gain access to that spectrum information.
Okay, and Andy, tell me about spectrum intelligence. What are we talking about there when we say that?
Well, it's really about giving the devices the smarts to be able to make better decisions on how the spectrum gets utilized, right? So, especially for TV white space, for example, the service providers are trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I take advantage of these channels? How do I know what channels are available? How do I know that the database is accurate? And how do I ensure that the quality of service is going to be there for the customers? And sensing gives these emerging wireless platforms the smarts to know exactly what's happening in the spectrum and how do they utilize it most efficiently.
Cool. Now, Sal, I'm going to come back to you. The history of shared spectrum, you guys have been doing some interesting stuff with Corning. You want to explain that to me?
Well, I think we're at the NTIA Spectrum Innovation Day, again showing how when you connect a Spectrum Bug and Spectrum Intelligence to an indoor distributed antenna system, we're going to be able to improve spectrum capacity. And to date, that story has really been about spectrum coverage. So whether it's Corning or a femtocell provider or any OEM or network provider, we can add that spectrum intelligence into the system. And Corning's a great company. They're actually, according to ABI, the leading provider in the DAS space. I think it says a lot about shared spectrum company. We've been at this for 14 years. And to have a relationship with the leading provider in that market, I think shows the quality of the products we've been developing.
Okay, and I'd say, how can people get in touch with you? But you guys are very searchable. But go ahead and give people your emails and how to get in touch with you guys.
So Sal Dietry, and my email is sditri@sharedspectrum.com.
Okay, and Andy, just in case people want to continue the conversation on how to find intelligence in their spectrum, what do we say? How do we reach you?
So my email address is abeegan, ABEEGAN @sharedspectrum.com, and phone number is 914-419-2676.
Excellent. Thanks, guys.